Dude, this is so lit.
What were your inspirations on this EP?
All right, so for Split, I produce my stuff just because I like to be more hands-on with like what I make and stuff. When I made Split, I first heard the sample and I wrote the song from a meditative state because I heard what the sample was saying and I was like, holy shit, because the sample, and I quote, is there's a love inside of me just longing to be free, can I be your guy when all the rhapsody is playing. And when I heard that, like, it really spoke to me deeply. So I was like, damn. And it's an old song, like it's All My Life by the Neurons. It was like I dug for that shit. And when I heard the sample, I was just like, dude, like, this takes me back to a nostalgic place. So I played the sample, I like pitched it and I looped it, and then I mapped drums over it, and I was just sitting there in the stew like with it looping, and I was just like, memories of shit flooding my mind like this rap. And like, it was all like, because that song, or the sample, and just like the way the song was made, it took me back to such like a reminiscent place, and it forced me to kind of like just go all in without paying attention to what I was writing. And when I finished writing, I looked at the product, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. So, and you know, what inspired me to like write that whole song was just the fact that the sample itself took me back in time to when I was experiencing things, and I like just articulated those memories when I made that song. And that sample alone directed where I was taking the whole project in general, because I was like, dude, what if I just tell a story with this EP? So I go with track 2, Lucid. I've had that beat for like 2 years, and it was just sitting on my computer. And after recording Split, I was just digging, like, this was like maybe a month after I recorded Split, and I was digging through my computer, and I found this file called Untitled 777, and I was like, huh. So I opened the file, and I hear the beat, and you know, and I'm at this place where it's like, I feel like whenever I make a beat now, I'm gonna use it later. Like, I'm not because a lot of my beats are this is the first project where I have songs that I made the beats like in the moment and recorded right then and there, and I'm like, this is a banger, I'm gonna throw it on there. But a lot of times I'm just like, I record over old beats because I felt like in the past I made beats for the future me. So when I found that file, I was just like, damn, this beat is crazy. And one of the things I stopped doing on this project was I stopped trying to make hooks. So when I recorded that song, I just started rapping. Like, I didn't want to make a hook for it because it isn't the type of beat like where it needs a hook. And I just wanted to rap. And I was inspired. That song was inspired a lot by dude, it was crazy. It was inspired by Travis Scott. And yeah, the hop in the whip is just a Travis Scott reference. And then I was inspired just by a lot of like Joey Badass, and like I tried to just like rap for 2 minutes straight, and like I felt like it came out like really, really well. And then the next song, Gassing Me Up, that one's crazy because that song was more so about what I was saying rather than the beat. So what I did was I just took this guitar sample, because I was like at work, I was crate digging, because I use Tracklube, so I was crate digging on Tracklube, and I found this guitar sample, and I was like, holy shit. So, and I didn't have like my whole setup with me, so I had to use like the tools on Tracklube, and like I had it loop a very specific section, and then I hit the drum mapping, so it like mapped out drums for me. And I was like, holy shit. And then the first thing that I said was, we drove to Monterey and Santa Cruz and San Jose to see your dude. And I was like, dude, that's like the perfect way to like start a verse, and just like, because that's so much momentum in the first line. So, and I wrote all of this at work, and then before the beat was even like done or anything. So I wrote it all at work, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. And I went home that day, and I made the beat that I was imagining in my head, and I layered more drums over it, and I just recorded it all. And then actually, so I made the beat, and then the next day I caught a flight to my parents, because they live in SoCal, and I caught a flight to their house, and I pulled out my phone like in my room, and just put on my headphones and recorded the whole song in one take onto a voice memo on my phone. And then just imported it to my computer. And then, dude, I didn't have to do any like mixing to it really. Like I imported it, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. But I remember making it and just being like, damn, because that song, that first verse on Gassing Me Up is like it's probably my favorite verse I've ever written, just because of like how personal it is to me. Like I have like such a deep connection with it. But it was cool because that was when like I recorded that song and I was like, damn, like, you know, the monotone delivery is crazy. Like, but what if I just have like a whole EP where I just rap like that, where it's more about like what I'm saying rather than delivery? Because now I feel like I finally have my own sound now, and that's just because I smoke a lot of weed. Because a lot of my songs are just like, it's just my emotions, but I'm expressing my emotions while I'm insanely high, and that's why like the beats are the way they are. Like I love feeling like I'm on a cloud. And you know, that's overall as a whole, like that's what inspired all the beats on the album. But yeah, so just it's crazy. And you know, I just rapped on that one. That one was crazy because that was more like I got deep into myself. Like I got deep into why I feel emotions and what I'm feeling, and like I was like, I want to express this in a way that's blunt but also not like too blunt. Like I made it, I did a good job of like making mysterious sounding music. And then
on that track, let's talk about the voicemail at the beginning.
The voicemail? Oh yeah, so yeah, there's a voicemail on my phone. But yeah, so someone called me a bunch, and they left a voicemail, and it was someone who like I was interested in at the time, and it didn't work out. And you know, it was on me, bro. It was my bad for talking shit. You know, I maybe like going back, like thinking now, if I knew what I knew back then, now I probably wouldn't have said anything, like, to be real. But yeah, like someone left a voicemail on my phone, and they ended it with like the fakest "love you" bye like ever. Like they said that separate from all the other shit that they said, and hung up right after. Like their thumb was like on the hang up button right after they said "love you" bye. So like what I did was I was like, damn. And it's crazy because at the time I had no intention of using anything, like any experience from that in my music at all. But I had my friend recreate the voicemail, or recreate the "love you" bye, so I could use it in my EP. So yeah, and it's funny because like it's like a producer tag. It hella starts the song. Like it's a banger because yeah, I just like the way I had it echo and stuff. I just loved mixing that. But yeah, no, it stems from an actual voicemail that me and my friend like recreated and then we pitch shifted it, and yeah. That's why there's a song that was supposed to be on the EP called "The Voicemail." But yeah.
What do you think is your best song on the album?
Oh, okay, dude, this is crazy because there's my best song and there's my favorite song. My favorite song is "Gassing Me Up," just because I come from, like, on that song I just come from a brutally honest place. I come from a true place, and I dig deep. And it's like, and you know, on that song I'm for sure like releasing I'm letting go of a lot of deep rooted issues by opening up and showing people like how I feel about things and articulating how I feel about specific experiences. And you know, like, this project is one of those that's like very personal to me. So, but I also made it in a way where like I made the EP enjoyable if you don't know any of the story, but I also made it like if you do know the story, there's so many fucking layers to it. So, but that's my favorite song just because like I rapped for 2 minutes and like I had a refrain there rather than a hook, and I didn't. It all just came so naturally. It's my favorite song. I recorded it in one take. The beat was crazy. I feel like I was just, when I was recording that song, I was in the deepest place I've ever been, like, when I was recording. And I just rapped that first verse to me all the time because, like, I just love the way I flow, and I love the way everything melts together. Like, there aren't any filler bars on that song. And, yeah, that's my personal favorite.
And now, if you had to pick the entire EP, what is your favorite bar?
Oh,
what is that line?
Holy shit. All right. My favorite line. All of my life, I never met a girl like you. Remind me of me, so obsolete to even try to have karmic relief. Because if I text back with a paragraph, I know you won't have it in you to call back. Yeah. Dude, honestly, it's crazy though, because low key that whole verse is like my favorite bar. But that one's good. And then
And so what's the message of that verse?
in this person I saw myself, and looking at it from a different place, like more like in a place after doing a lot of reflection. Actually, not. Let me, because it's linked. Because there's a bar there too, where it's like, I'm not the problem you say that I am. You're just reflecting what you see within. And that bar, like, that connects to all of that, because the whole message behind that whole verse and those bars is just that, you know, in this person I saw myself, and I ignored the flaws. So, like, really, I don't think I was more so mad at myself for not being able to understand, like, what was really happening. Because if I understood myself at that time, then, like, this wouldn't have happened. Like I wouldn't have had those experiences. So the main message behind that bar is just, like, I had to learn how to be self-aware. And dude, there's another bar. Dude, though I knew from the beginning, right for you, but you aren't for me.
When someone is listening to this EP, what do you want them to think about? What do you want them to get from it?
I want them to reminisce. I want them to, like, I want the listener to kind of connect their own experiences with the song, so that way they could relate to it. Because because to be honest, I feel like my EP is something that everyone has experienced or will experience in life, because it's all like some real shit. Like, honestly, because the whole EP, like, if you were to chop it down into a nutshell, it's just, it didn't work out with this one person. And I feel like everyone has that experience. So the main message I want people to get is just, like, I guess the main message is to just be emotionally reflective and be emotionally aware. And yeah.
What is next for CLAYDOH?
Ah, shit. Okay. So, I mean, right now I'm just working on, like, performing more in SF in 2023. But I'm also working on a summer album. I'm not trying to make it too long. I'm not one for making long songs or long albums anymore. I used to be fascinated with making 5-minute epics, but I don't think that's where the genre is going. Not the genre. I don't think that's where the culture is going right now. I feel like short music is where it's at. Like, bro, like, listen to shit. Like, my favorite song is "In My Room" by Frank Ocean. That shit's 2 minutes long. You got people like Pink Panthers just making, like, 1.5-minute long bangers, and pretty much every song except for one on my EP is 2 minutes. So, like, I'm in this lane where I'm making, like, shorter songs, but so much is happening in those, like, 2 minutes that it's like, damn, I gotta replay this shit. So I'm working on, like, a 9-track album for summer of 2023. 2 minutes each, about 2 minutes, trying to get into that lane of, like, making a replayable album, so that way, like, you know, people aren't fucking tired when they listen to it. They're like, holy shit, I feel like I have to listen to that again. Replayability. But yeah, I'm working on replayability, performing more, and just getting my name out there. Like, this is gonna, like, at this exact time in 2023, I'm gonna have a bigger fan base, and I'm gonna have, like, so much more shit done, and I'm gonna have more, like, credits. My name's gonna be out there. Like, people are gonna know who I am.
Do you have anything you want to say to your supporters that made it all the way through this interview?
Bro, dude, thank you, man. Dude, honestly, because I fuck with everyone who listens to my music. Like, even if it's people listening to it and clowning it, because it's like, bro, at the end of the day, you're still listening to that shit. So it's like, and most importantly, like, I just really fuck with everyone who listens to my music, and I fuck with everyone who's been here since day one. Like, because there aren't a lot of those people. So yeah, dude, I just really fuck with anyone who fucks with me, and you know, like, and I promise these people who have been here since day one that you know, I will keep my artistic integrity, and I'll keep, I won't lose track of who I am creatively during the journey. You know, like, I want to keep it real with the people who support me from day one, and it's like, yeah, I'm in this lane now where I'm like, I'm focused so hard on being my true self, and I feel like this is good. This is like, this most recent drop was like the sound defining project for me. So, you know, like, I don't want to alienate people who have been supporting me since day one.
All right. Well, where can people find you, and where can people find the new EP?
Oh, okay. So right now, as of recording this, the EP is only on YouTube and SoundCloud, because I have to do some sample clearance issues. I have to deal with that. I got to clear some samples. So you could find this shit on my YouTube channel, at CLAYDOH. But then if you want to follow me on Instagram, bro, I'm at CLAYDOH Star. Follow me there for more updates and shit. You know, I'll be posting snippets. And, like, on Twitter, I'm just at CLAYDOH_ow. We out here. And yeah, dude, the EP is crazy. It's on SoundCloud, it's on YouTube, and then it'll pretty soon be on Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal. So, and Amazon Music, bro. It's gonna be everywhere.